Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I didn't think I was supposed to be back again 3 days in a row with a brand new video. This time I'm gonna talk about this nonsense, this bullshit concerning just you know we're in the middle of a different couple of transits uh, within the second half of the year, and then so I'm gonna kind of break all that down. Then I'm gonna talk about what's going on when it comes to the Drake nonsense, and then I'll probably make another video, kind of giving um, like some motivational talk about overcoming circumstances, and talk a little bit about my own personal life and how you can't let nothing stop you or whatever. But we're gonna talk about the new shit, the bullshit first. So, and I'm gonna tie it all in. So, we just had in the past week, we had Trump basically get declared dictator of the U.S. Basically, with the Supreme Court that he's changed the game for, made super arch conservative or reactionary or AKA fascist. These fascist Supreme Court judges ruling in favor of Trump to basically set up him to be a new Mussolini, like I've been saying, a new. Go look up Mussolini, the Duce, the dictator of Italy, and then go look up, of course, Hitler, and do your research on how Hitler rose to power. What happened with Hitler rising to power? Most of what Hitler did to gain power was through legal means. Same thing right now. It's legally the Supreme Court ruled. That's a legal action, and he's gaining power through legal action. This is a legal political system that he's running for office under. Like, it's the same play that Hitler did, and the same preconditions that Hitler was able to rise through power with. It was like a dream. Like I said in my last couple of videos, it was like a dream world. Do we not have this right now? We got people who don't even know what the fuck a human is. Oh, AI robots are human. What is life? Uh, I'm a guy, but I'm a girl. I'm a girl, but I'm a guy. We have all of this. Hey, I'm 40 years old, but I feel like an 8-year old. We have all of this dream. You can be whoever you want to be. Mass confusion right now. It's the same preconditions that set up Hitler. Same shit. Same preconditions that set up Hitler. Not dealing in reality. The fantasy world. Oh, the will. It's just what you make it. No reality, no perspective, and mass confusion, mass disinformation, mass misinformation at the same time too. And also backing from those at the top. Remember, Hitler wasn't some offshoot. Remember, he's German intelligence agency, and he got funding from all the major Western powers. The royal houses, the Lady Astor Group and Cliveden set, and a third of the ruling classes in the U.S. and the U.K., especially Ford and others. Hell, Prescott Bush helped to fund Hitler and shit like that. Like, this is not the first time shit like that. Now, right now, we have the ruling class giving pro coverage to Trump. We have the ruling class again funding Trump. Remember, you don't get Mar-a-Lago, which is the president's vacation home. Remember, he had that before he was even running for president. He got that vacation home. That was the president's vacation home. How you get that unless you connect it? He's been bailed out 6 times by these people. He's on their media apparatus. He was on The Fresh Prince. He was on all these black shows. He's in all around all these Hollywood tycoons. He even was a Hollywood tycoon himself when he had his "you're fired" deal, whatever it was, that the Apprentice show or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And Trump Towers and him being a celebrity. That's not an accident. He's a product of these people. And then him, like I said before, him saying, "Hey, I hope you're okay, Ghislaine Maxwell. Sure, you're a pedo, but hey, I hope everything's okay because my neighbor was, we did business together." So, you know what I mean? Dude is a product of all of this. And so his rise is not like somehow sublime, but the rise of this fascist state, with him famously saying, "I have the bikers, the military, and the police on my side." That's a fact. That's him basically letting it be known what his move is. Basically, like, hey, I'm not finna go by no law, and and if y'all get in my way, I'm going to move through violence in order to maintain my power. What are we talking about, bro? What is that a content with? He's setting up the preconditions to where we're either under a totalitarian neo-Nazi fascist dictatorship, or we're in a revolutionary state where we fight back and defeat said rule. Because if not, it's gonna be hell for anybody who's not in the inner circle, if it's even good for them. Based upon Trump's, I need loyalty, blood oath, shake my hand. But this ain't no laughing matter, and I'm joking, but it's not gonna be no joke if this shit continues and it gets how it was in Germany, 1933 to 1945 era. That was hell. It's not gonna be. We could be dealing with a 12 to 15 to 30 year fighting in order to get from up under something like that. That's not. That ain't okay. That's not anything to play with. That's why it's important to spell out what's happening. And it's important to tell the whole truth about why we're even here in the first place. Left wing Democrats, y'all set up the preconditions so that a pussy like this can even come to power, and his people, his enclave people, all of these fascist forces, the Cliven Bundy set, the Alex Jones set, the Oath Keepers, the Proud Boys, and all these other fascist Nazi uh, gangs and thug units could be allowed to thrive. Y'all didn't put no clamps on them. Hell, even when they caused the insurrection, y'all still was giving them slaps on the wrist. Here goes 10 hours of community service at your house. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all you gotta do is make sure your grandma gets up and down the stairs for 10 hours, so just babysit her for the day. That's your punishment. Yes, we're really clapping hard. Like, y'all been going light, bro. Y'all set this up. Y'all have set this up. Hell, we can even go into when the financial crisis happened. Hell, we can go even before that. We can go into the fucking 9/11 era that set everything up to be a fascist nation with on the Authorization Act of you invading innocent countries and launching imperial wars everywhere. You're overreaching Homeland Security or TSA units that was used basically against the American people. Warrantless spying and all of this Guantanamo Bay black site shit. It's been going on really for the last 24 years in general. And then it gets concentrated more specifically after the financial crisis of '07 to '09, which then caused the upsurge from the population, which was the 99 cent versus against the 1%, because people were against these unauthorized bailouts by those who were paid to be politicians to do the bidding for said people who paid them to be in office against the will of the people. So, and bailouts that were not authorized and the people didn't want. Instead, the people wanted to be bailed out because they did not cause the financial crisis. The 1% caused it with their derivatives bubble. So then we have that. And then we go further with the Obama deception, which caused a huge spin on the game. You had to flip the imperial face and now make it look progressive, and Obama was said progression. And then we already know what the counter reaction to that is by the white supremacists, which is ultra fascisto, anti-black, because the man in the house has a melanoid face. And so what was the reaction to that? Can't get to Obama. You know, we saw a lot of times when that wasn't true, because some forces were getting to him. Hell, drones falling, 7 shots in the White House windows, weird people getting into the West Wing, gun-toting felons in his elevator, them filming him while he working out. All of this weird shit happening to him while he was in office. It's unprecedented, by the way. So we had all of that. But then to make it even worse, Obama continued to be the ass kicker to said people. They would call him a nigger, and he would be like, "Hey, do you need one more glass of water, sir?" What the fuck, dude? They would send him the middle finger. He'd be like, "Hey, I'm not with those Negroes. Can I join your team?" They would just blatantly and aggressively say so much shit against you, bro. And what was your reaction to try to make deals with him? Hell, the worst one was towards the end of your administration, when you had the court, you had the Supreme Court judge system, quote unquote. You had the courts in your favor, quote unquote. You had the Supreme Court nomination. That was supposed to be your nominee that was supposed to put forth. And what did you do? Instead of telling them, you know what, I don't care that y'all not finna appoint, you know what I'm saying, appoint my thing or whatever. You try to give them a moderate person that were like, oh, here go Merrick Garland, he's a centrist. They just said, they figured you, boy. They was even talking crazy to you, like you finna be a one-term president. They was talking reckless, and you just did nothing. You continued to bow down and kowtow to them. You let them talk all type of shit, and continue to try to be bipartisan. You can't be bipartisan with the right wing, who don't even want to do stuff for the rank and file people within their own base. Their own base, the base of the Republican Party, if you want to be honest, are the white people whose middle class is shrinking, whose economics is not working for them, who's just getting even worse. That's the rank and file of the Republican Party, who need actually a New Deal system. That's the rank and file. Now, that set up that. And then the reaction to Obama getting into power, I'm going to go back to that. The reaction to Obama going into power is the Trayvons, all these neo-Nazi, and anti-black hate groups infiltrating the police, which they were talking about in the FBI since the early to second Bush administration, 06, 05, 06, 07, that time period. And what was done about that? Nothing. And now they were let loose and able to run amok in the teen decade that preceded all of that. So we got that. So we have that. So you got that. You got the right winger. You got the Democrats allowing this to fester all throughout when they were supposed to be putting the clamps. You got them deceiving the people who voted for them 2 times, not doing anything for them, not passing no economic empowerment, not doing nothing with the social safety net, not even raising the minimum wage. Nothing, bro. Nothing. So even Obamacare, which is a bailout to the insurance companies, like, you have all of this. Yeah, all of this. And then that led to the preconditions of us uprising. And us uprising led to the counterculture, which is Trump. Them trying to stop our movement, stop our progress, stop us from speaking out and fighting against this injustice. All while the people at the top whose the focus should be on, who have been playing everybody off, have been sitting back and now like, oh, okay, we can use this to further give us cover. And so now they're going to have Trump in there to further give them cover, this time through enforcement, this time through lawlessness, because they believe that he's just going to go after who he said he's going to go after. But remember, he also said he's going to go after, he wants revenge on those who spoke out and said stuff against him, or the people who did it who weren't loyal to him. That means you too, ruling class. That's another thing too. Y'all really don't understand history. It rhymes. You think he's playing around? He ain't playing around this time around. And he's going to go after his political enemy. He already talked about nukes and assassinations and shootings and all type of craziness, all type of shit, all type of just horrors. So that's what I'm saying. And the point why I'm bringing this junk up, man, my bad, I had to call y'all. But the point why I'm bringing this up, man, is because I want people to fully understand why we are here right now, and to fully understand what we need to do in order to counter all of this. Number one, speak truth to power. Talk about the entire thing. Don't just be like, hey, how do we get there? And oh my God, the hate is so crazy right now. And it's just, it's no need to be ahistorical. History is used to best reward our research, basically. So we're using history to show you where we were, how we got here, and what we need to do in order to get to our goal. And organizations, fighting back on all fronts, every single front, in self-defense, is what needs to be done. Because damn everything else, bro. Damn what they trying to do. Damn what the right wingers and left wingers are trying to do. Because that shit is not cool. And like you said, it's super late right now. We're in July. The presidential election's in November. All they need to do, the left wing, is just pass reparations. Do stuff for the average day citizen. Lower prices. And they ain't even trying to do that. They just like are on some like, oh man, I can't. Whoa, I'm about to crash. Oh, will the other car slow down? You can slow your car down too. You can turn around. Why? You're like hell bent of just driving straight, of not trying to make any adjustments, and we're telling you to make an adjustment. It's crazy. It's crazy. Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy, man. But that's my take on that. And yeah. So that's my take on the whole Trump thing. I'm just annoyed that there is no alternative, and there should be so much more alternatives out there. So my second thing that I want to talk about is the Drake thing, which corresponds with what's going on right now. Justice, righteousness, goodness, positivity, and those on that side versus the industry people, the 1%, white supremacists, anti-black racists on the other side. And it's funny how it's lining up both on the music side and on the political side. I don't think it's an accident. And notice both prevailing forces are Scorpio and Gemini. I don't think that's an accident either. So, and it transcends into the eras that we're getting out of. We're getting out of the Piscean age, and we're stepping into the air Aquarius age, basically. And that's not an accident that that's happening. This transition, this transit time period that we're in right now, it's interesting. So now we have Drake on a new July 1st Canada Day, as he calls it, with a couple days ago Saturn going retrograde, a couple days later Neptune going retrograde. They got that same day. New moon later on in that same week. Drake's Hell's Angels, anti-black racists in the same right-wing mode, neo-Nazi, fascist, terrorists attack attack Rick Ross. And this isn't like Canada don't fuck with Not Like Us in the Kendrick song. They love to sing the Not Like Us and Kendrick song. That's why when dude was in Canada doing all those videos, fuck him up, and everybody was singing along, and he was doing his thing. People was rocking with that. So what is there to contend with? What are we doing, bro? What is you know what I'm saying? And the whole world is co-signing Not Like Us. Hell, they're showing at the BET Awards. Even with all the agendas of the BET Awards, you can't deny the undeniable. And so, what happens? These Viking pussy Hell's Angels, anti-black racist assholes decides to step up and ambush a couple brothers from the 305, Rick Ross, Sam Sneak, and others. And so Drake continues to escalate things, continues to take things beyond. Notice everybody who's from real stuff is on some cool time. They on some vibe time. But notice everybody who's aligned with evil, everybody who's aligned with the industry, everybody who's on bullshit, everybody who's the spoiled brat, quote unquote, everybody who's ain't been through nothing, everybody whose music represents death, everybody who's on the death side of things, destructive side of things, they're the ones moving aggressively. Notice everybody who's on the life side, God side, good side, is moving through truth, moving in love, moving in unity, moving in power, moving in high vibrations. It's not an accident that on Juneteenth, Kendrick put that concert out and the whole nation, world, black America, black world, black race wide, everybody was in a festive, high energy mood. And then right on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, around that time, not even a week had passed, boom, a rapper gets killed. You know what I'm saying? And then right after that, all type of crazy, weird shootings are happening in the rapper's city. This is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm talking about. We are dealing with two diametrically opposing forces right now. And that's what people were talking about, the timeline split, the newer earth, all of that. The shift, the paradigm shift, the whole apparatus. And you can see it. And Drake's the one that's moving on some violent shit. And he's supposed to be the nice, innocent guy. Dr. Eric Michael Dyson to keep trying to pretend he is. And has all his fans keep trying to flip and dip about. This is him. He's the one that's doing all this. He's the one who can't take a loss. There's grace in defeat. There's honor in defeat. Sometimes this was just your time. And you need to accept it. You don't want to accept. Now he's moving on some other shit. You're elevating things. And dude, karma is undefeated. All that dark magic, evil demon shit that you try to do, it's not gonna work. Light outdoes dark. Your shit finna get canceled out, and then it's gonna get pushed onto you. All that shit that you was sending, the universe gonna push it all onto you. Now you gonna be, I was just kidding. I'm not like that. And you opened up a doorway, a portal that you ain't on for real. And that's just what it is, man. And dude, you doing this, you don't activate the whole black America. Nowhere you go, not just because it was in the 305, nowhere you go, it's gonna be okay. And everybody who's co-signing that, and everybody who's making fun of that, they're putting a spotlight on themselves unnecessarily. You know, gold is where you find it. Everything that Uncle Luke said on that video was poignant. I don't like his Democratic Shield shit and all of that. But gold is where you find it. That nonsense that you on, bro, you're making it ridiculous for you. And you not even like that. White boy, you a Jewish privileged white boy trying to be a gangster at 40. That was stuff that you're like going through like a late adolescent phase. That was stuff that, oh yeah, we cool. When we was like 11, 12, 13, and we wasn't even on that if you was thinking clearly. And then you got out of that by your 20s, and by your 20s you was out of that phase. That's like a teenager phase. Because you listen to some rap music, so you try to be hard or whatever. It's insane. It's crazy, man. That shit is crazy. It's crazy. crazy. Now you're opening up the door for yourself. So, and like Thought Crime said, dude, you have to come to the U.S. And you're already getting mollywopped. Think that's gonna be okay? And you over here trying to be all hardcore and me mugging everybody. Nobody's scared of you, Drake. Nobody's scared of you, Drake. You or your pussy ass right wing Hells Angels. To the right wingers, to y'all neo Nazis, nobody intimidated by none of that Nazi anti black shit, bro. That Klan shit, bro. This ain't the fucking 50s and 60s. Like when they put out that article about the Klan trying to ride in Alabama, people, the brothers in Alabama were looking for the Klan. And then they were looking for the dude who wrote the article and then he had to retract. Bro, it's not like that. Y'all right wingers finna get a rude awakening, bro. Y'all not ready for this. That's what I'm saying. Y'all coming out full force like people are pie. Nobody's pie. Hey, nobody's pie. Corny, boy. That's a weak kid. You're a weakling, bro. I live this rap shit. You don't even know what the rap shit is. Rapping is life. Being a rapper is another way of being a prophet. You're speaking into your community. You're speaking into the culture. You're elevating the community. You're bringing in empowerment. You're changing the frequency. You're alchemizing the energy. You're countering the destructive tactics by said enemy. That's what hip-hop is. The essence of hip-hop was a revolutionary art form meant to counter everything that was against the black people, foundational black Americans who created the art form itself. Why you think peace, fight the power? Why you think that was such a popular song in 1989? The Message. Why you think Tupac's revolutionary? Why you think he's the number 1 rap artist of all time? And his ancestry comes from the Black Panthers, Geronimo Pratt, Asada, Afeni, Shakur, and all of them. Like, dude, hip hop is revolutionary. Hip hop is black. It could be said that the multi-genius James Brown created hip hop. It's an extension of him. His funk soul. Hip hop is soul. Hip hop is funk. That's why when even at the crib in Miami, what did people used to say back in the day? Hey, bro, put that funk on. Play that funk. They didn't even know what the fuck. We didn't even know what the fuck we were talking about, but we knew what we was talking about. That it's lingo that just doesn't go away. It connects. It binds through generations of our heritage, our lineage. And the industry trying to do this gymnastics game of trying to crowbar hip hop away from black Americans. It didn't work. They tried to make Drake seem like he won. It didn't work. They tried to have all these other people who are connected with Diddy and not on the good way come out and be like, yeah, Drake won. That shit, that bullshit was corn on the cob, Gilly. He not even looking at the camera. Hey, man, that kid was corn on the cob, man. Hey, bro, what's up with that shit that you did with your kid, bro? That's what we need to figure out. That's what I'm talking about. You shouldn't speak on nothing of truth when you did that. Come on. What are we talking about? Same thing with Jim Jones. What are we talking about? Bro, you're a confirmed Fed, just like Diddy. Like, what are we talking about? Same thing with 50 Cent. I'm like, 50, you're connected to some Diddy shit too. Your name's gonna come up the same way as Jay's and them. Like, you shouldn't be saying nothing, bro. Nothing. You should be quiet. But you can't. So, and Boosie too. I'm like, Boosie, you take 1 step forward and then 2 steps back. Like, but yeah. And you see what Mason Cameron were on. Like, it's just all this op energy by those who are supposed to be um, independent media. Like you notice, nobody still is talking about the Diddy thing for real. Nobody's going into that. Nobody's speaking on it for real. Talking about what they know, what they don't know, what was going on at these Diddy parties, all the whole shebang. Who's he connected with? Like, and they know. Come on, man. Nobody's being no truther. They're all shit. We can't speak on this. I'm scared, bruh. Like, so that's what's going on right now. And for rumor has it, Drake got the tapes after Diddy. So that's what it is right now. After Diddy his demise, the tapes got passed up to Drake. And if you look at everybody's moves right now, it's showing. And or people took deals. So they're giving pro industry talking points by certain, especially certain influencers, moving real weird and awkward. So it's supposed to be pro this or that. Like you would think the game, Whack 100 and Tariq Nasheed would be all for K Dot and speaking all this. Yeah, they was like, it's tied. It's tied? And then not speaking on none of the Epstein stuff, none of the pedo allegations, none of that. Giving pro favorable stuff about Diddy, saying sucker shit about Nipsey, not standing up for Nipsey. Like this is what's moving out here, man. And you can tell who's who. The timeline split, and then these people still think they can move like that, and they don't understand what era they're in. We're in a whole new era. You can be seen now. Your energy cannot cloak in how it was in the old age, because we're not of that age anymore. The age is gone, and we're transitioning. That's why all your shit is getting dumped out right now. Why you think hell Diddy was able to move so sneakishly for so long? Because of the age that he was in. Now it's time's up, on top of other forces going on. But now we're in a whole new era, and they're trying to stop the new era, but it can't be stopped. That's what I'm saying. We got ops like Drake moving around like a buster and doing all of this craziness like there's no real world, like he's on the internet. The real world really exists, guys. We're not in a dream. Like I keep saying, everybody's in a dream. Everything's fake. I can be wherever I can have I can prick my body. I didn't even get it, but I can take drugs and get surgery and create my body like an android, or I can get a fake ass, or get a BBL, that's what BBL Drizzy, or I can just sue and pretend like this never existed, or I can have my influencers lie and all of this and put out the AI bots and lie about Kendrick beating his wife, which never happened, and make up all this lies about whatever. You can't, dude. The truth is the truth. You can't lie your way out of this. And we can see how you moving. Nigga, you getting nails? You a 40-year-old man and you getting your nails done? We don't do that. That's not a male thing. That's not a black thing. Since you over here trying to claim that you're black. Hey, I'm a black man. No, bro, that's some weirdo left-wing liberal sweet white boy thing, and non-FBA thing, and black American thing, non-masculine thing. And so we calling it out, and Kendrick called it out. I believe you think you are the bad bitch, and Sexy Red is your ugly female friend. So you're cool with her. So as K Dot said. So your career is over, bro. You're delaying. You should have ended this battle on a high note. But now your career may end with you getting an ass whooping, or worse. Unfortunately, which shouldn't even happen. You should have ended it and just went away for 2 years. You should have retired, put out a greatest hits album or whatever, and just let it ride out, and then do a compilation documentary and go from there. And that would have probably been cool for you. But instead, you're doing all of this. Maybe starting some movies, get your TV show game going, go on a greatest hits tour and apologize everywhere. That's how you should have moved. But now you're moving like a cornball, and now it's gonna get worse because you have to touch down, and it may get worse even in Canada. You over here thinking you safe? You not safe? Like that's how you moving. But notice how everything's aligning. The good are all aligning on that. The K dot, unity, God energy, reparations, transformation, revolution, getting rid of evil, getting rid of white supremacy. Kindred represents that, and everybody on that side represents that. And notice on the electorate, all the black people represent that. We ain't even co-signing the Democrats, but want something more. Want to into black, anti-black, foundational black American terrorism and crimes with a protection bill, and then want our justice served with reparations. So that's just what it is. So, but yeah, I'm gonna end it off like that. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in another video. Thank you.